Greetings, beautiful earthlings. My name is Star. If you are new here, I don't know how you found me, but I am super grateful to have you. And if you are returning, y'all, the real MVP, you already know. So my friends, I know that you saw the title. I know you know why we're here today. And if you guys have been with my channel for a while, you know the reservations that I have against the Mystic Mondays deck. So I want to say first off, if you guys are big fans of the Mystic Mondays deck, you're big fans of Grace Duong, you got nothing but good things to say for it, maybe this is not the video for you. And I'm gonna hurt some feelings here for sure today, so leave your sensitive constitutions at home, please. I'm probably gonna step all over your feelings if you like this deck, because I genuinely do not like this deck. And the reason that I bought it is because I felt like maybe I was being unfair to Mystic Mondays. I don't know if you guys remember, it was a very long time ago. I made a video called like if you're serious about tarot. I since switched it to the Rider-Waite-Smith tarot versus cutesy tarot decks. And it was kind of just me like bashing the Mystic Mondays deck, because when I was a moderator for a witchcraft group, constantly people were suggesting the Mystic Mondays deck to beginners to tarot, like brand new beginners, and that was kind of my biggest pet peeve ever, because it's pretty unreadable. So from all of the pictures that I saw, I knew it was unreadable. I was very upset about it, so I made a very passionate video about it. And I figured it's been a couple months, right? Maybe the air has cooled off, maybe I was being unfair, maybe if I have the deck in my hands it'll change my mind, right? So I was going through Amazon looking at the reviews of this deck, and there's just tons of shining reviews on this deck, and there was one that made me laugh so hard that I bought this deck to do this video. So it was a lady who was talking about how terrible and disrespectful this is, and she was going to promptly return it. It was hilarious. It really just made my whole life shine beautifully. So I got a really good kick out of it, and I was like, maybe I'm not the only person that doesn't like this deck, but also maybe I'm being unfair. I'm totally open to having my mind changed. You know, I just need the right set of circumstances to show me why I'm wrong, right? So I'm always all for being proven wrong, and you know, I have an open mind. But I don't know if you guys have ever seen this deck. I know I have a couple of friends that have this deck, that love this deck, that get along well with this deck. I have said before, it's very unreadable for beginners, and I feel like it's more experienced tarot readers that would be able to utilize this in their practice. Someone like me that has multiple tarot decks, that already have an entire base knowledge, are very comfortable with the tarot, things like this. Once you're very like years worth of studying comfortable with tarot, any type of imagery is just going to be supplemental to your intuition and readings. So I figure it's only going to be people that are really familiar with tarot that would use something like this. I feel terrible for any beginners that get this deck. Before I start with what I have to say about this deck, I want to say there is going to be a giveaway at the end of this video. So if you guys are interested at all in this deck, feel free to sit through my review, and if you still want it at the end, I will tell you guys how to enter the giveaway for this deck, okay? I will send it to you. You have to be in the US so that I can send it to you. If you are not in the US, I'm gonna ask that you cover the international shipping, but if it's anywhere in the US, I'll ship it to you completely free of charge. I just bought you a deck and I sent it to you. So please stick around for the giveaway information at the end, okay? Let's go ahead, my friends, and jump into this deck. Because y'all notice, it's shiny. It's shiny. Ooh, that's the biggest allure of this deck, right? Everyone always says, ooh, it's so shiny, it's so holographic. There have since been quite a few decks on the market that have taken advantage of the whole holographic phase, right? Tons of decks. I've seen quite a few of them that are holographic. So if you are buying the Mystic Mondays deck because it's holographic, it's shiny, and it's colorful, please listen to what I have to say. Again, I'm gonna hurt some feelings, and I'm gonna be real brutally honest here. So if you like this deck and you just want to hear what I have to say so that you can yell at me about it, by all means, my friend, I got nothing to say about this deck that is good. So here's your box. And I did look through the pictures. I did watch flip-throughs of this deck, and it just, yikes. Okay, here's the inside. Trust your intuition. Let's start with the book in like review fashion. So Here's your little book, And let's start with the stipulation of this book, my friends. There is nothing in this book except definitions. You have upright and reverse definitions for both. You have keywords for both. It has a teeny tiny little picture up here, right, which doesn't matter. There's nothing else in this book. There is no about the author, about the artist. There is no intro to tarot. There are no spreads. There is nothing. And this deck seems like it was very highly targeted at teenagers. Here's why I say that. First of all, it's shiny. Who loves shiny things more than teenagers, right? Oh, it's shiny, it's holographic, I want it. Have you seen the colors, my friends? That's a whole big thing of this deck, right? It says it right smack in the front page. Everything vibrates at a different level, and every vibration creates a color. And these colors are meant to help you tap into your intuition. So, here's your holographic edging, right? This feels a little insulting to me. Like, beginners to tarot, especially young beginners to tarot that are under 20 years old, maybe even under 30 years old, never picked up a deck before, are going to be enticed by the shiny, right? Oh, it's shiny. Oh, it's colorful. Oh, it's modern. Oh my gosh, I love it, right? It's kind of, to me, says, how can I distract them from the imagery? This, my friends, is the laziest imagery I've ever seen in a tarot deck. And we're going to flip through it real fast. There are maybe 10 cards in this entire deck that really say to me what they're supposed to say in these cards. I want to be honest, I got 0 intuitive hits off this deck. I got nothing when I look at this deck. This is the laziest imagery I've ever seen. I'm sorry, I know everyone is allowed to create a tarot deck the way that they want to create a tarot deck. How does that say temperance? How is that temperance to you? Please feel free to tell me how that's temperance to you. This feels to me like someone said, let's do some research on how to attract teenagers. Shiny things, bright things, black. Got it. That's it. They're not going to do much studying. They're not going to care what's in the imagery. As long as it appeals to their aesthetic, they're going to want it, right? And there are tons and tons of orders on this deck. I'm a certain special kind of idiot that bought it just to give it to somebody, right? How does this say 5 of Cups? It's 5 cups. This is also kind of an issue that I had with the Nightmare Before Christmas deck. That is also why I didn't get that Christmas deck, but the Nightmare Before Christmas deck, I did gift it to somebody because they wanted it real bad, but I was very disappointed with that deck as well. 9 cups. That says 9 of Cups. And this is just disappointing. This is so disappointing. How does that say anything about the 10 of Cups? And like I said, I understand. If you're creating a tarot deck, it's hard, very hard to make 78 images, right? Sorry, I skipped one. It's very hard to make 78 images. I completely understand. As a struggling artist myself, especially with a baby child, I know that it's hard to sit down and make 78 unique images, especially ones that will talk to people, right? Oh, my friends, it is extremely disappointing that only about 10 of these cards are good out of 78 of them. So, I feel terrible for any beginners that got this deck. And whenever I see readers on YouTube use this deck, you know, just kind of yikes. And I know it's usually very experienced tarot readers that use it. Again, they have some type of draw to the colors or the holographic or something. I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure what it is that allures people about this deck. I'm not quite sure what it is, how people connect with this deck, how anyone gets any type of intuitive hits off of this deck, how anybody would want to learn on this deck. Unless they were very young very impressionable, very unknowing about tarot, and very into their aesthetic. So, I think personally, for me, I agree with the person on Amazon that said that this is disrespectful to tarot. This deck is disrespectful to tarot, to the art of tarot, to all of the years and years and years and years that people have put into making tarot decks to try to mirror the Rider-Waite and the tons of tarot decks that came before it, all of the jam-packed imagery, all of the meaning, all of the things that go into tarot, all of that time that all of these people before Grace Duong did for tarot was completely lost in this deck. Entirely. So I stand by what I said back then, and I stand by what I said now, that if you are a beginner to tarot and you really want this deck, you're gonna have a really hard time learning tarot, honey. First of all, I was just gifted the Intuitive Heart Tarot, the True Heart Intuitive Tarot. There we go, sorry. The book on that thing is so amazing that a true beginner, never seen tarot, never touched tarot before, could pick it up and become a tarot reader just with that book and that deck alone. If a brand new beginner to tarot picked up this deck and this book, they're gonna be real lost. Real freaking lost. They gotta buy another book, they gotta buy another deck, and this is what I did say in my last video where I was like, you might as well start the right way. Buy a Rider-Waite, learn the Rider-Waite imagery inside and out, buy yourself a really good supplemental book, really learn the tarot, and then buy all the cutesy tarot decks you want. So this has been bothering me for a long time. I felt like I was being really judgmental, really hard on Mystic Mondays. A lot of people had told me that before too. You're being really hard on Mystic Mondays. That's a great deck. I have it. I love it. It does great, blah, blah, blah. And I'm a Leo. I'm entirely sure that I was being too hard on it, right? And I was like, maybe I should open my mind and do a video on it and get it. Who knows? Maybe I'll change my mind. Maybe I'll love it so much I'll actually keep that deck. Sorry, my friends, I can't do it. I can't. I cannot. I don't want it in my house. I don't want it near my cards. I don't want it anywhere. I don't want to connect with it. I don't want to bond with it. Even right out of the box, I told this deck, don't bond to me. Don't speak to me. I need this for a video. You are going to another home, someone that is going to love and appreciate you, because I do not want to be bonded with a deck that I personally don't like the imagery. I don't like any of it. I don't want it. So even, you know, there are very many decks that I have that I'm not too fond of the imagery, but I still bonded with them. I still love them. I still read with them. This one, I can't do it. I'm sorry, you guys. I can't do it. I cannot put my seal of approval on this deck and read with it and put that out in the universe that I read with this deck, because it just seems to me like it's somebody who doesn't appreciate tarot that would want to read with this deck. And I know what you're thinking. Here I am saying all these really mean things and then I'm going to give it to somebody and judge them for it. That is not the case at all, because I understand that I am only one person. I am one person on the internet, and I have a different opinion than everyone else on the internet. Like I said, I have friends that have this deck, that love this deck, that do really well with this deck. And just because I have a sour taste about this deck doesn't mean that it's not going to do well for you. It doesn't mean that this isn't going to be your shining grace of a deck. So that is why I wanted to get it and give it away. And I knew this from the very beginning that I was going to end up giving it away, and that's because I don't want to return it. I can't do that to a tarot deck. I know that it is going to just get thrown away in the Amazon warehouse because I returned it. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to waste extra shipping to return it just to get my 20 bucks back. I don't care. I want to gift this to somebody that is going to love it, because I fully believe in my heart. Just because I don't like this doesn't mean that there isn't somebody out there that loves it. I think I said that right. I'm not sure if there were too many negatives in that sentence. But what we're going to do for the giveaway, my friends, And first off, before I tell you guys this, I do want to say whoever gets this deck, please, please, please give it a good smudge when you get it, because it did come to my house. It has been through my hands. I have reviewed it on camera. This is a whole lot for this deck, right? I don't want to smudge it and send it to you because, you know, I don't know if you're sensitive to Sage or Palo Santo, which are the smudging tools that I use. So I want you to smudge it with your own personal smudge methods, okay? So please, 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 take this deck, say hi, introduce yourself, you know, be respectful, be welcoming to this deck. Please smudge it very well, put it in a windowsill in the sun, and put a stick of selenite on it and let it charge. Give it a couple days before you pick it up and start shuffling through it, okay? Let it rest, let it recuperate, let it get used to your energy. Please, please, please love this deck, okay? That's why I haven't done this video for a long time, because I didn't want to make this deck feel unwanted. I didn't want to make this deck feel unloved, because I know there is somebody out there that will love it and will use it inside and out. And I know that from being a moderator in a group a long time ago, there are lots of people who don't have decks who are willing to just take any tarot deck they can get so that they can start their tarot journey, okay? So if that's the case, that's entirely okay. Please don't let any of the things that I said bother you about wanting this deck, okay? This was just my personal review of this deck, of the imagery, of, you know, getting this out of my system. I really, really, really wanted to have this deck in my hands to look at it for myself, to see if I was being unfair about the imagery without having actually held and handled the deck, okay? For any of you guys wondering about the cardstock, because I do usually talk about that in reviews, it's a little, it's very light. It's a little bit kind of like, I don't want to say like the Light Seers, but that's what it reminds me of, but it's a lot thinner than the Light Seers. But it is kind of a grittier type of feel to it as well, but it's still a very glossy deck. I think that this cardstock might hold up on you pretty well. If you treat it very well, I think it'll do okay. I don't think this is the worst cardstock of all of the cards that I have. And the production value is still great for a deck that I don't like, right? The imagery that I don't like. The production value is great, the cardstock is great, the book is great, the box is great. I don't have any reservations about the production value of this, and I think they did great to market to their intended audience, right? So even though I do seem like a big meanie in this video, I do have good things to say about this deck, about the box, about the book, about the entire packaging, about everything, right? I mean, I can't get around that imagery. Personally, as a reader, I cannot read with that imagery. I can't. But let me tell you guys how we're going to do this giveaway, okay? So what you're going to have to do is go to my Instagram at @StarSparrowTarot. There's underscores between each one of them. Please go follow my Instagram. I will put a picture on there after I release this video. I was waiting so that I don't spoil the whole surprise. But after I release this video, I will put a picture on there that says Mystic Mondays giveaway. And on that picture, okay, so first you have to subscribe to my Instagram. You have to like the picture, and then you're gonna tell me in the comments of that picture why you want this deck, okay? It doesn't have to be you like the imagery or you don't have a tarot deck. Please don't give me a sob story unless that is entirely why you want the deck. You went through a flood and your tarot deck was ruined and you don't have another tarot deck and you miss doing tarot, things like that. Please don't make anything up, okay? Please don't, that'd be terrible. I'm gonna let this giveaway run for a little bit, let it gain some traction, okay? So I don't know how long I'm gonna let the giveaway run. I don't want there to be 5 people that comment on there, right? I am going to pick, I think I'm probably gonna pick like 3 people, message those 3 people individually, and then go from there. I will announce all of that on my Instagram, so that is why I say you have to be following my Instagram. I will do a follow-up video about giving away the Mystic Mondays deck and who it will be going to and things like that, but I still need you guys to be following me on Instagram. Like that picture and comment on that picture, okay? That is how you are going to enter the giveaway. It's very, very, very important that if you want this deck, that's how you do it, okay? So please, like I said, if you like this deck, please, please, please don't take anything that I said to heart. I came into this knowing I was gonna be real mean, and I do still have good things to say about this deck. It's just the imagery that I can't get around. And I do want to give it to someone who's gonna love it. okay, I went into this knowing that I want to give it to someone who's going to love it, because I know there is somebody out there who will love it, who does not care that I handled it and ridiculed it on camera, and is still going to smudge it and appreciate it and cleanse it very well and treat it right, do lots of bonding with it, and really, really love and appreciate this deck, okay? I do believe that every tarot deck deserves to be loved and appreciated. Even if you don't love the imagery, it still deserves someone who's really going to love and appreciate it, okay? So I really hope that if you guys made it to the end, you enjoyed this video and you go, you know, jump in the giveaway if you're interested in jumping in the giveaway. Like I said, I will be announcing all of those details on my Instagram, so please follow me. Don't just follow me to do the, you know, follow, like, comment, and then unfollow, something like that, because that's not going to help you if I do any updates about the giveaway, okay? So like I said, I don't know how long I'm going to let it run. I'm going to let it get some traction. I'm going to let it get some real good attention before I do it. And the stipulation is going to be, like I said, you have to be in the US for me to ship it to you. If you are international, I want you to pay for that shipping. I do not have the money to do international shipping. It's crazy shipping rates. I don't know if there is a place internationally where you cannot get this deck and you just really want it because you can't get it, something like that. I understand that entirely, but I don't have, you know, the $50+ to ship it internationally. But if you are in the US, I will ship it to you completely free of charge. You don't have to do anything, just love it and care for it. And if you have already won something from me, so if you've won a free tarot reading, if you have previously won any type of prize from me on my channel and anywhere, you are ineligible for this Mystic Mondays giveaway, okay? And if you are somebody, I think that's my only stipulation. You have to be in the US and you can't have won anything from me. I don't want to say, you know, I can't know you, things like that, because if there's someone that I know that really wants this deck, by all means, you guys, I just want this deck to go to a good home, okay? So I really, really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you made it to the end, give me a big old thumbs up. If you didn't like this video, that's cool, thumbs down. You don't have to like my video. Say whatever you want in the comments, because y'all do anyway. And I really hope that wherever you are when this video reaches you, you have a beautiful, wonderful day, my friends. And I cannot wait to see you in the next one. Namaste.